Okay, this is another yellow hat. This one here is the wisdom teacher. Okay. All right. So, mm, if you are concerned about being dragged down into negative thought forms, negative patterns, everything negativity, and you're looking for the solution, what you need to do is tap into your spiritual will. Spiritual will calibrates at 850 on the scale of human consciousness. Everything below 200 on the scale of human consciousness is negative. 850 is way above 200, way above. It's enlightenment, basically. So if you can think of enlightened beings, bodhisattvas, saints, it's very, very high consciousness. So that's what you want to align with. Spiritual will. How do you do that? You have to surrender to it. How do you surrender to it? Every time something comes up that you're like wondering, what am I doing? If you're feeling fear, like worry about something, that's very low vibration. So, in essence, when you're feeling fear, what you should say is, this is a fearful thought. And I'm not going to buy into fearful thoughts. What about when you see things that are going to make a normal person fearful? You're going to have to be rational with this. In other words, if you're standing on the highway and there's a forest fire coming towards you, you're not going to stand there and wait for the forest fire to engulf you. You're going to use what a rational person would say to do. In other words, get in your car and drive away from the fire. So what's it got to do with spiritual intention? It's going to be more difficult for you to figure this one out because this is a very high vibration, 850. 850 is actually way beyond reason. It's an enlightened state. How are you going to really tap into 850? Well, you're going to have to go look up the scale of human consciousness and go and just start to learn about it. Because if you don't have any information on what the scale of human consciousness is, it's not going to mean much to you. So you really need to get a lot of information about the scale of human consciousness. Where are you going to get that? Transcending the Levels of Consciousness, a book by David R. Hawkins. Get that book, read it, and you'll get a really good idea about what it's all about. That's the short and simple answer. You want a long, complicated answer? Meditate a lot. Have the question in mind, say to yourself while you're sitting there quietly, what does spiritual intention intend for me? And then be quiet. Meditate and see what comes up for you. I'm the wisdom teacher.